And we're live with Peeling the Banana. This is episode 9. We got my good friend here, Ryan Damon. How do you pronounce that?
You got it. Damon.
Yeah, Damon.
Yeah, Damon.
Ryan Damon.
It looks cooler than it sounds.
Yeah. Now with the UFC for a couple years, but I met Ryan back when I first started independent ball with the St. Paul Saints, which used to be an independent ball team. Now it's the AAA for the Twins. But Ryan, man, it is good to have you here. We've kind of been recently in touch this past 2023, which was nice to reconnect, man. So
rekindle a friendship that was great back then. So
yeah, dude. So thanks for joining on the No Filter Network. Thanks to
for
Eric Burns
me
and his crew. No, dude, thank you, man. I'm sorry it was such last minute. I lost track of the days, and it was like Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm like, oh shoot! I normally do my podcast on Thursday.
No, you caught me at a good time because I'm going out of town on Monday, so I'm out of town all next week. So
okay, well, and you got Super Bowl week, so I mean, there's some crazy festivities there.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going. Yeah, dude. So I mean, like, you're in UFC now,
right?
But what made you get into baseball first, as far as being a equipment manager?
So I always wanted, like, growing up, I always wanted to work in sports. I love going to games growing up. Sports are always my thing, watching sports, being a part, anything like that. So naturally, like, I always told myself, like, as a career, like, I don't want to work 8 hours of something I don't like. I don't want to do something like accounting or something I'm not going to enjoy. I want to work 12 hours, 15 hours a day of something I love and I'm going to put my heart to and my soul to, and something I really like, and that was sports. So, I always wanted to be some kind of connection with sports, being involved, even if I wasn't playing or anything like that, I just wanted to have some kind of connection. But going back to like how I got started and everything, I guess like my dad had, my first experience, you go back to like when I was 16 years old. So I had a family friend who was, couple baseball player on the I'm not going to name them, but there was a couple high level. He was a handler for a couple of those guys on the road, and when he come to Minneapolis, he'd take care of them. He played for the Tigers. I'll give you the one team. He played for the Tigers, so that's the
so is this an ex big leaguer that he took care of?
Yeah, he took care of a bunch of them. But he was close with one of them on the Tigers, and I want to say it was 2013. And I just got my driver's license, and one of his things was he take care of ball players, like instead of like you want to go to the field early for whatever, because there's a scheduled time for your bus, so it'd be an early bus and a late bus, so guys would want to go in between those times, so he just like give them rides between, like he'd find a way to get them between the ballpark and all that. So he said, "Hey, you got a car?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I got a car." And it was my mom's car. I didn't tell him that, but he's like, "Yeah, I got a car." So he was like, "Come on, what are you doing Saturday afternoon?" I was like, "I got nothing going on." He's like, come downtown Minneapolis. I'll get you make some money this weekend. So I came down there, and this is right after Miguel Cabrera just hit for the Triple Crown.
Oh, so shoot. I remember those years.
Yeah, so there was a bunch of big players on that team that year. I can't remember who.
And you're from St. Paul?
Minneapolis.
Okay, you're from
Minneapolis. Okay. Yeah, Minneapolis. Yeah, I went to high school in the suburbs, but Northeast Minneapolis is where I grew up. But that's kind of like how I got my first interaction with ball players. Like literally, it was just me, my family friend, and then like literally like I drove Brad Osmus. I think he was managing the Tigers at the time. I drove him, one of the bench coaches, and I forget who else was there at the time, but. Torrey Hunter, I forget.
Dude, the Odies.
Delman Young. I think Delman Young was on the team at the time. Upton was on the team at the time.
Was Verlander there yet? No, this is way too early.
Verlander was there because I think I think he was there because I think they went to the World Series in 2012. That's when they lost to the Giants, I want to say.
Yeah.
But the last person we gave a ride to on the day was Miguel Cabrera. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I tell my friends on Monday when I go back to school that I gave Miguel Cabrera a ride?
Right, because there was no Snapchat back then. You couldn't
no, there's.
do a
I mean,
Snapchat
it was
or
20.
TikTok.
I had Instagram, but Instagram wasn't what it was today.
And it was still Facebook.
Literally,
yeah,
it was still Facebook. So I was thinking like, I don't want to take a picture with this guy. Like it's kind of weird and all that.
And selfie wasn't a thing yet, I think.
Not really. So I had a Sharpie on me. I was like, what can I have him sign? What can I have him sign? I flipped down my passenger side, my passenger visor. I said, make it real quick, not to be weird or anything. You might sign my visor for me. I'm going to like, how can I tell my friends on Monday that I gave Miguel Cabrera a ride to work to work? Like, he said, no problem, Poppy. Signed it all up, and
so you still have the car.
I got rid of the
visor.
So I got the visor still.
Okay.
I think I got it up in my closet, but. Yeah, I still got the visor. Once we got rid of that car, I yanked it right out of there.
Dude, that had to be the first thing. Like, oh, sorry,
yeah,
can't sell it until I get this visor out.
But after that, so I really didn't have any. I mean, I did that for a little bit. That was just cash on the side. Though, whenever you come in town, that maybe once, maybe twice a year. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really get back involved with baseball until 2016, St. Paul Saints.
Because I'm gonna guess you finished high school and stuff. And
I finished high school. So my first job out of high school, I was throwing bags for Delta Airlines on planes.
Oh, no way.
So it was really good. It was good. It was good perks and all. But like I think I was working like 12 hours a day, like 3 days a week. I was working 40 hours, but only like 3 days a week.
Just as a part-time worker.
No, if it was full time. It was full. No, it was full time. It ended up being like I think it was 40 hours, but I only ended up working 3 days a week. So it was like 13 some hours a day. It was like 13 hours a day, something like that.
Just first flight to the last flight. Kind of.
Exact. But I get those 4 days off and you'd be able to fly wherever you want to, like nonstop. Like if you're flying standby, like you got those Delta like flight perks. So I'd fly out to California for the day, catch a red eye back at night, go out to LA for the day, catch a red eye back at night.
I know.
That job was
about those good perks.
Yeah, but that job was grueling for you can only throw bags in the middle of winter when it's negative 10 degrees for so long.
I don't know how airlines.
So I wanted to get out of it, and I don't know how I ended up on Craigslist one night. So I was just scrolling through jobs on Craigslist, and all of a sudden I came across someone posted Clubhouse Help Wanted St. Paul Saints, and I'm just like, this is what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to go to the ballpark every day. I want to hang out for BP, and I just want to be a part of the team.
Right. So you're gonna meet big leaguers, like
exactly.
Like you don't know in indie ball who you're gonna meet.
No, and like at the time, like I knew what the St. Paul Saints were, but I wasn't like involved with the St. Paul Saints because we had the big league team on the other side of the river.
Yeah, you got the Twins right there.
We're not even thinking about it. So, but
well, plus they were at the old stadium. Right, and then 2016.
No. So that was the second year at the new stadium.
Second year of the new one, but I mean, like throughout your life in
it was always Midway Stadium. Yeah. Which wasn't much, but it was still. They had their little thing, but it was just a little grandstand right behind.
Yeah. What is that area now? Is that area
where the old stadium is?
Yeah.
So they tore that stadium down, and I think honestly, there's nothing that sits there now. So the Minnesota State Fairgrounds is like right on the back side of that. So I think they just made that like I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think they just like knocked that all down and like made like empty lots. I haven't been there in a long time, so maybe they developed by now. But like for a long time, it's just been like empty. But they knocked it down right away.
But that new stadium is where it's at.
It's brand new. Yeah, it's awesome. I don't know. I'm sure they had to update it since you and I have been there, but it's got to be a AAA facility because like think about that. I don't know if you remember like that coach's locker room in St. Paul, but like there was only
small. It was right across George's.
There was 3 stalls in there. If you got granted, you're in St. Paul, so you're right across. So, but think if you have like Rovers coming to town.
Right,
like coordinators coming to town.
4 times the space.
Exactly.
Like you need to knock into the college locker room.
I think. Do you remember? So remember, like the laundry room that we had with the equipment room, like right across the way. We had the snacks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think I've seen pictures and all that where they like knock out. I think they knocked out that all and put lockers right there.
Okay. So they extended more locker room space. Well, yeah, it's AAA. Like
they had
like, sometimes they carry like 30 to 35 guys.
Exactly. Yeah. So and like think about the weight room. That weight room. I don't know if they had to like think about that. I wonder if they had to like extend into Hamlin's locker room. I know like I think I saw something.
Wait, is Hamlin still using it?
I think Hamlin still uses it.
Wow.
And that's it. Remember, I don't know if you've seen their locker room before. Their locker room is massive.
Oh, that was bigger than ours.
Massive. Yeah, it's twice our size.
Yeah. Ours was like a small little rectangle.
Yeah.
But like it had nice lockers. It even had outlets. That was the first locker that I've had outlets
for independent baseball.
That was the best stadium and team to play for in independent baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, all the way up until its last year before it turned to the Twins, that's the all-time best. Best team in stadium. Sold out every night, like you're playing in front of an average 7,500, 8,000 fans.
I don't know if it's something like the St. Paul Saints, like this, they should just be independent. I don't know. It's just something that like I feel like I don't know. I'm sure they have a good partnership with the Twins and everything, but the Saints are just special.
Yeah, it was nice having independent guys go and play there. Just guys from all over, and it wasn't I don't know. It was it felt special. Like I just went through my closet today and I found two St. Paul Saints jerseys.
Bro, I wore my Saints hoodie yesterday.
Bro, I have like 3 hoodies and one pullover and two jerseys.
Yeah. So. Do you remember all the goofy nights they used to do there? Like I was just like I tell them all that this is the goofiest like promotion that I tell people all the time. Do you remember Atheist Night?
Yeah, I don't know why the hell we had that. And didn't we have a black jersey or something?
I can't. No,
I think we changed jerseys.
It was.
I know we had a Pride jerseys. Night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was. But I remember when the story I always tell people.
But it was before everything got woke. So like.
Yeah.
It was
legit. I remember with the Atheist Night, we had the specialty jerseys where it said Mr. Paul Ains. And I remember there was a couple guys on the team. I can't remember. Guys would sign it on the back because they're auctioning them off after, and they put Bible verses after it. It was awesome.
Yes, I remember that. It was awesome. Ains. It was the St. Paul Ains.
Yes. Mr. Paul Ains, yeah. Oh, and then guys would sign them and they put Bible verses on them afterwards. It was just hilarious.
or like a big cross. They would draw a big cross on it.
It's awesome.
Another favorite was the what the heck? What holiday is it where we wear green? I'm drawing a blank.
St. Patrick's.
St. Patrick's Day, and then they would change our names on the back to make it Irish.
Yeah. It was like O'Dova or McDola or make all Medova.
It was either adding an O to the end or one other ending, like a short ending.
Yeah. Like Almadova.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Have you one guy I just lost total contact with is Hamburger. Have you ever heard?
Bro, you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
So I think we grew up. So when I came back from where was it? I think I came back in 2018. I was down in so we can get to where I went to everywhere, but I came back from Alabama, from Birmingham, and we were at Cowboy Jack's up by my house up in New Brighton because I was staying with some family up there that off season. Out of the fucking blue, there was Mark Hamburger standing at the other side of the bar. It was like one of those scenes where like you just turn like lock eyes with each other and you're just like, bro.
I know you like, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. I've seen you in forever.
Was he bald?
No, he had his long.
Last time I talked to him, he was bald.
Last time I talked to him, he was playing indie ball. What's the one on the East Coast? Frontier? Is that Frontier League?
Frontier.
What's one of these?
Oh no, Frontier. Before it went Frontier, I think in 2021, it was the Can-Am League.
What he was playing on one of those on the East Coast. It was like
the Sussex Miners. There was the Jersey Jackals, or he could have gone to Atlantic League, like playing for Long Island Ducks, or
maybe it might have been that one, I think. But he met a girl out there and like had a kid with her or something like that.
Yeah, he has a kid. Well, yeah. So I know up to there.
That's the last time.
Kid. I think the last time I was in touch with him was maybe 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember FaceTiming him. He was in his little camper trailer.
Yeah.
Smoking a doobie, bald.
Yeah.
You know, just the hippie lifestyle. And I remember talking to him, trying to see if we could get a business together with our trailers that we have, because I have one, but I haven't done anything with it. But that was it, man. Just after that phone call, that was it.
I remember he was on his game our year. He was, I don't know, he was unstoppable. He was our ace. He was the ace.
I mean, even in 2017, he was the ace. Yeah. But George,
the difference. Him and George opinions. Never got along. Yeah. Well, it takes a special kind of person to accept that kind of person.
Yeah,
like it's just the antics,
you can't take the ball away from him unless he gives you the ball, and then just everything he does outside of the game, antics, and the fun that he has. You know, he's just a different guy.
Yeah.
But he was special. That guy could throw 200 pitches in one game and come back the next day and throw more.
Right.
You know,
and have just the same amount of energy.
Yeah. Bro, that guy was full of it. Full of it. I love that guy. So hopefully, Mark, if you're out there, man, if you're out there somewhere, man, reach back somewhere out to me and Ryan, man. We freaking miss you. Yeah.
Let us know you're out there.
Send us a message. So hey,
hop on the podcast.
Seriously, bro, come and knock.
Yeah. Right.
I know I can have guests on here, but I think we have one guest, one viewer.
Mm-hmm.
But who was our clubby that year?
In St. Paul.
Yeah,
Shane.
That's right. Shane. Now he's doing hockey. Yeah. He's been doing hockey for a while.
He's got a good deal going right now. So I think he's the head equipment manager for the St. Cloud Huskies up in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Which is like a minor league team for.
No. That's Division I hockey. They're like
for college St. Cloud.
Yeah. So they're one of the top Division I hockey teams in all the nation. So
no way.
I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him.
I follow him on Instagram, so like I know he was just on like a 10-hour bus trip or something.
Yeah.
But I'm usually South or West Coast, so I know Arizona State has a hockey team. So if he's ever in Arizona, maybe catch him there. Or
I think
if he gets into pro hockey, he can go play the Ghost Pirates out in Savannah.
What is that? ECHL? That's got to be ECHL.
Yeah, that's some pro team. I mean, dude, I have no idea what the levels are in hockey, but it is a pro team. The Savannah Ghost Pirates.
Sorry, I gotta grab my charger. Oh. I didn't prepare for this. Let me charge my thing. There it goes.
Bro, you're good.
All right.
So 2016, 2017, I ended up going back to the Saints, and you weren't there.
So I had an option. So Shane did not come back. George
from front office.
From George and front office. So George called me and said, "Hey, I want you to come back. I want you to be the guy here." I said, and this is all after all off season. Like I didn't know if I was even going back to St. Paul. Like I was just waiting for a call back to even come back to like help out. And I was like putting my names into like hats, like other clubhouse jobs and all that stuff.
Right. Like you're putting like your applications out
there. Yeah. I was putting my feelers out there because like I wanted to make a thing of it. Like I wanted to get into the affiliated ball. Like independent baseball is great and it's all, but like if the end game's to be in the big leagues and like be at the big levels, like I got to get into affiliated baseball. So kind of put my names in some hats, apply for some jobs, interviewed, a couple didn't work out. Had one interview with the Quad City River Bandits down in Iowa.
So are they still the Astros?
Nope. So they're the Royals now.
Cardinals.
But Royals, yeah. But that was the only team that, gave me a shot. And they said, "Hey, we want you to come down here and be our home and visiting clubhouse manager."
Okay.
And I said, "Okay, can you give me a couple of days because I have another decision I got to talk about." So it was either go to St. Paul, be the home guy there, or go to Davenport, Iowa, somewhere. Mind you, I've never lived out of state before. Go to Davenport, Iowa, be the home and away guy, and I'm 5 hours away from home. I took a leap of faith and I said, "Screw it, I'm gonna go down to Iowa. I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to be an affiliated ball. Here we go." And that was the best decision I ever made. Won the championship that year. We had
no way. You got a ring.
We had somewhere around here. Yeah, it's over there.
Sick.
Yeah.
I wish we won one at St. Paul, dude. We should have won it that 2016 year.
We should have. Who we lost to? Who we lose to? Winnipeg. That's what I thought. Yeah.
And then we lost to Winnipeg the following year too.
Did you? Yeah. They won a ring. I think didn't they win a ring in like 2018 or 2019? I think they won a ring right before.
No, they won it 2019 because I went there in 2020 during COVID year. I played for Winnipeg for a week or like 2 weeks.
Right.
And we had to play St. Paul, and they were on the cusp of getting into playoffs, but we just had to beat them once for them not to make it, and we beat them once. So, because they had to win out.
Yeah.
And they were like on a 5-game win streak, and then they lost 1 game to us.
Yeah.
But if you go back, they won in 2019.
That's crazy. But if you go back and look at that 2017 team in Quad Cities that we had, about 80% of that. This is how about Alvarez?
This is Royals. This is Royals.
Yeah. No. This is Astros. It was Astros when I was there.
Oh,
So it switched in. I want to say 2019. I want to say they went to Royals. That's when the contract was up.
Okay.
It was Astros.
It was still Astros.
Yeah, but I had Yordan Alvarez there for probably half a season there. I had Christian Javier, who's a starter now for the Astros. Daz Cameron, Jake Rogers, catcher. Who else was on that team? Like literally, like the whole coaching staff is now in the big leagues. Like literally
that organization knows how to push guys up.
They know how to draft and develop. They know how to draft, develop, and get you to the big leagues. And they were one of the first.
And they win though throughout all the minor leagues though. You know,
they were kind of like the first team to kind of win with like analytics and like kind of like Moneyball like
style,
but they were doing things like at another level. I feel with like pitching and like the big thing with them was like the I can't think of the word. The TrackMan. Yeah, there you go. They were big to bringing it. I don't know when they started like how big it was like bringing like their own TrackMan person. Like every team had its own TrackMan person in 2017. Like I don't know.
TrackMan didn't become a thing until 2019 in the Atlantic League when they new rules.
When I came to the Astros, that was normal to me. Every single team had TrackMan. So like that just shows you like how much like they like fed into analytics, and this shows you how they develop pitching and all that stuff. But and then after that, won the championship in 2017, 2018. I was like, okay, I got an offer from a AA team now. Do I take that now down in Alabama with Birmingham? So this is the same team that Michael Jordan played for, big brand new stadium, everything. I was like, now I'm starting to get somewhere with this. And
you got all the green lights going.
But you don't realize what you get into when you jump organization to organization, because it's all daisies and roses when you're with an organization that takes care of their players and knows how to do everything.
Right. But every organization is different, and you don't know what to expect. Exactly.
So then
budgets you go to change and all that.
Exactly. So clubby mindset. So go back to Astros. They I don't have to come out of pocket much for anything. Everyone's paying a little bit out of their clubhouse money. Pay it to me. It was like $4 or $5 a day, whatever. But the team's paying for most of the stuff. I mean, I'm taking care of laundry and all that stuff. Like, how basic probably clubhouse stuff is, but now and meals, like that was all taken care of too. So like pre and post game meals, Astros, don't worry about it. We got it taken care of. You do your own thing. A year later, go to Birmingham. Clubhouse dues are $12 a day now. You're in charge of the pregame meal. You're in charge of the postgame meal. Figure it out. Oh, and by the way, here's $200 a day from the White Sox to figure it out.
What?
Yeah, so budget that on top of all your shit. That goes to
show why they don't win.
One person. So they go. So one person take care of the clubhouse. This just shows you how much things have evolved now from where I was at then and to where I'm at now, or where things are at now. Like and also they didn't want to hire me an assistant also, but one person to clean the clubhouse, take care of all the shopping, put together pregame meal, postgame meal, and everything else in between. How does one person do it?
Load
the bus, clean shoes, all that stuff. Like all the stuff
that you don't have any like assistants, and this is double A.
Nothing. Wasn't in the budget.
What the fuck? That's what I say.
So that was a quick year in Birmingham, and then I mean,
so
there was some great
players. Tip you well, though. I mean, the guys. It
just sucks when you would think so, yeah, but when you're paying $12 a day and it's 5-game series, you're paying $60 to me, one guy.
And guys are still only getting paid minimal, right? Like $2,400.
But even your bonus guys, like, okay, if it's a $60, they owe you $60 by the end of the series, and they might give you $70.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of that is going towards food though? You got to think about that though.
Yeah.
So, and like,
because if they're only giving you $200 for food, you're probably adding in extra money on top of that.
And they want a good stuff too, like Chipotle and like the stuff that costs money. Like I had a good deal like through the stadium, like through the caterer, like in the kitchen upstairs, like cooking meals and all that stuff. But sometimes it wasn't good enough for them because they just wanted that. They wanted that name or catering. They wanted Outback or they wanted Chipotle. They wanted
and it's double A. It's not single A where you can just throw anything at them. Now guys are expecting good stuff and like requesting it.
Exactly. Well, you got dietitians now are a big player in it too. So there was a team meeting or like guys all got together and kind of cornered me to talk about like what I need to buy and all that stuff. And one guy goes, he was a first round pick for the White Sox. He goes, the White Sox don't care what we eat. They just care as long as we hit dingers. I can promise you, he ain't playing for the White Sox now. So.
Well, either there's two things that happen there. Either he's not playing because he was too arrogant and an asshole, or
he was. Yeah, he was very arrogant.
Or two, he never took care of his body because he's like, well, I can hit dingers on cheeseburgers and hot dogs.
Am I allowed to call people out on? Am I allowed to call people out on here?
Dude, you can do whatever you want. It's No Filter Network with Eric Burns. If you ever watch Eric Burns' podcast, dude, there's swearing, calling out, putting out names, do whatever you want. So it's up to you. I do post this when I get it uploaded on Spotify and YouTube. Yeah. So it's up to you, dude. It's all up to you. Collins, it's a free game. It's called the No Filter Network.
Zach Collins, how you doing? Zach Collins, how you doing? Zach Collins, how you doing?
How are you doing, Zach?
Yeah.
It sounds like you're not in the big leagues.
No, I don't think he's in the big leagues right now. Still eating ho-hos.
He's still grinding in minor leagues trying to make it.
I think so. Hopping, you know how it is, hopping team to team.
Hey, but if he's a bonus baby, then, I mean, you're kind of set, right? But
I think he went.
You got nothing to show for.
I think he went straight from drafted. I think he went straight from being drafted to high, but whatever. We don't need to talk about him anymore.
No, yeah, dude. I mean, it is what it is, dude. I believe in karma, and how you treat people is how you get treated back from the universe. So it all comes around.
After 20, we can talk about good people that are on the team. I had Eloy Jimenez on that team that year. Dylan Cease was on that team that year. Dylan Cease was on the team.
Did Daniel Polka ever come down, or have you heard of the name?
Daniel, it sounds familiar, but
he played for the White Sox for like a little bit. He was in the big leagues around probably 2017, 18 when he was traded from the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he never came down to us, but maybe
it was 2017 or 2018 because 2018 because when I was playing in Sussex County, he played the Yankees or against the Yankees, and I went to watch one of his games. So it was 2018 when he was with the White Sox.
Mm-hmm. No, it sounds familiar. I'm sure he was up with Charlotte. He might have been down between Charlotte.
Yeah, he was in Charlotte a lot too.
Yeah, but no, after 2018, 2019 came into going down to Florida. I got a chance to go down to be at Braves camp down in Orlando with the Atlanta Braves. So I was down there 2019, and then they had their high A team, what was at the old Astros complex in the Florida State League, the Florida Fire Frogs.
Okay.
Which didn't last. I think they came into existence in 2017, and then my season was the very last season of existence for the team. So it was just kind of a messy, somber year, and
So is that stadium not even like in?
They converted it. They converted it to Orlando City. I think that's the MLS team down there. So they kind of made that
soccer. Okay, sick.
Yeah, they made that their spring training facility.
Soccer's catching big here out in the States.
Yeah. Yeah. But we knew like the whole season, like going into it, like it was just like a whole battle, like with the Osceola County, like the people on the complex and the team, which was like pretty much bankrupt. So like it was just like it was like butting heads all year, and you just know like the relationships coming into an end. And like we knew like in May that like we're getting kicked out at the end of the year. MLS is moving.
So the town, the city, the businesses, the fans, they just weren't having it like with the team.
Bro, I went to there was a gas station right across the street from the ballpark. I went in there one day and I had my hat on my shirt, and the guy goes, "Is that the hockey team in town?" I just go, "This team's been here for 3 years. They play right across the street over there in the baseball stadium." I'm just like, the team never caught on. It was just it's the middle of summer in Florida. No one wants to go watch baseball out there.
Yeah, so no one's outside in muggy 98.
We would literally have nights where I shit you not, we would have 15, 20 fans at the game if we're lucky.
Bro, that's what they thought was going to happen to the Savannah Bananas when they took it over. The city just said, "Here, take it, and good luck." You know, like they left the stadium a mess, like a shit show. Yeah, because they were averaging like less than 100 fans a game. You know, when it was the Sand Gnats and like before that.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this team was like the same fucking thing, whereas the Bananas, with good marketing and persistence and selling everything that you have in your bank in your house to make it work, like that's what they did.
Well, they hit that sweet spot with social media coming into like what it is now and becoming viral. That's what set it off, I feel.
I just read on someone's bio, one of the past late marketing person's bio was in 2020 they had like 200 something followers on TikTok. I think they created TikTok. 3 years later, bro, they're at 8 million.
Wow. It's crazy. It just sets it off like wildfire. This goes crazy. And it just takes one 6-second reel to go crazy.
And it's baseball, one sport, you know, whatever they did and how they filmed it and how they create the content. It's
they're going to big league stadiums this year, right?
Yeah, they got 6.
Do you think
Phillies, Astros, Fenway, Marlins, Nationals, Brewers, maybe? They have one more. But it's 6.
They all sell out?
I know Astros sold out in like 5 minutes when they released the tickets.
I think this would be the real test. If they can sell out big league stadiums, they got something special here.
Well, I mean, they'll sell them out for sure, like no doubt, because their wait list to get one ticket for one game is over 2 million people, so they'll sell out. But the challenge is, how do they bring the show up to the person in 700 feet up in the air, up in the nosebleeds?
That's fair, because it's a very intimate. It's a very intimate.
Exactly, and like, how do you get without using the jumbotron so much?
Yeah.
How do you get intimate with the fans that's far, far away from the game and you look like an ant?
How do you make sure that fan in the very last row in the very upper level gets the same exact experience sitting the fan in the very first row in the first seat?
Right behind the dugout.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
you don't want to take away from the kid in the last section. That's good.
So that's the biggest challenge, and we'll see how they do it this year. But I mean, they started tonight in Tampa at the Yankees Steinbrenner Stadium.
Okay.
So that's where they were at tonight. I think the game just ended maybe an hour ago-ish. I don't know. So hopefully Party Animals won. You know, I'm still a Party Animal fan for life. OG Party.
Go Party Animals.
That's right.
You're a Party Animal. I'm a Party Animal. So.
And once either I can come back or find a new team to play with in that league that they're creating, I'll be a Party Animal until I find a new team or get back to the Party Animal. So until then, the training, free Breland.
Hashtag free Breland.
Some people started going Free the Smoothie King.
Let's get that hashtag going.
So,
Free Smoothie King.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. I mean, it is what it is, and you know, I get a chance to go play in Europe, so like that's what I'm looking forward to in March.
Nice.
So,
where are you going to?
Things happen for a reason.
Where are you going to?
Czech Republic.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Dude. I heard it's historic. It's magical. I mean, I've only seen pictures and.
I think it's cool to like, especially with like my experiences, like being able to go to places like you would never tell yourself you're gonna go.
Like I want to be able to, for the next 5-6 months that I'm there, just literally try and go to every single country that's in Europe I can get to, you know,
right?
Because we have multiple days off a week. We only play on weekends.
Oh, that's nice. And that's the nice thing about Europe is everything's so close.
Everything's close, but it's accessible. You can go by train or
right. I mean, it's so easy to get to places over there in Europe.
Like has UFC had any fights there yet, or mainly like
in Europe?
Dubai, I guess. Yeah.
No, so we're all over the place. So every year they usually do. So I'll go back to since we came back from COVID. So we've had a couple of fights every year in London, fight in Paris. Obviously we do Abu Dhabi every year.
Now, are these UFC fights, or are these like the other brands? Like there's one, right? Isn't there like?
That's another promotion.
Oh, so okay.
That's like that's just another league. So that'd be like a competitor, if you want to call it, like Coke, Pepsi.
Okay. Oh, okay. But it's not like
the
umbrella,
PFL.
And then you got like
so.
One
in the scheme of things, the UFC is the premier fight promotion.
Right.
So everyone wants to be UFC champion. Like you can be Bellator champion, you can be PFL champion, but you're always going to be compared to a UFC champion.
Right.
They're like
and
everyone's
UFC is top of the top. Right.
That's creme de la creme. Yeah. They say it's the premier fight organization.
That's why. So do you, as a fighter, if you sign with like Bellator, can you still have a chance to sign with like UFC and get on a UFC card?
No, so you'll be locked in with your contract with Bellator for whatever that term may be.
Oh, okay. So once that term's up, then it's like you're a free agent and you can sign with.
So technically, it's by years or by bout numbers. So it can either be like the 3-year contract or a 3-fight deal or something like. It'd be like so. So generally, with UFC fighters, they get offered 3 fights a year. Otherwise, so you get paid regardless. So you're going to get paid for 3 fights a year. So you're going to get paid for
win or lose, right?
So you're going to get paid your show money, and then pretty much match your. Nope. So your show money, you'll get that regardless, and then if you win, you'll pretty much get that show money on top of that. So let's say you're $15,000 a show. If you win, you'll get another $15,000 on top of that.
Oh, sick.
So on and forth.
So you can just double the money.
Yeah, but then also they have performance of the nights too. So like, let's say you get performance of the night. Now you got an extra $50,000, or you're in fight of the night. Shit. Now that's an extra $50,000.
There's some good freaking money to.
And then if you're a champion too, you get points on the pay-per-view. So you might get
like if $1 million is made on the pay-per-view, you get a certain percent.
You get a percentage, yeah. So let's say they sell a pay-per-view for $80, you might get $1 per pay-per-view sold.
Fuck.
Something like that. So let's say they sell 500 million pay-per-views, that's $50,000. I don't know, I'm bad at math.
Yeah, just shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, that's how freaking McGregor became a billionaire, just from that one fight against.
It
wasn't even UFC. It was when he did the.
Oh, Mayweather. Yeah, he got. I think they said he got about
nine figures.
Well, that's how he started his whole McGregor Inc. with Proper 12 and McGregor Fast
and that was right.
That's when the rocket ship went off.
That was when the rocket ship went off as far as his money and fame, but that's also when his UFC career kind of went down, because after that he came back and maybe won one more fight.
His first fight back was against Khabib Nurmagomedov. That was October 2018 at UFC 226. See if my history is good there.
Yeah.
Fact check me on that.
I have no idea, but we can fact check.
But he came back, and you could just tell. He said he trained zero. His co-head coach said he trained zero for that fight.
Is that the one that he had the broken ankle?
No, that was his last fight. That was his very last fight. Okay. This is the one where he got choked out by Khabib, I think in round 2 or round 3. But this is the one where he was shit talking Khabib the whole time. Do you remember when? Yes. You remember when Khabib threw the dolly at or not Khabib? I'm sorry. No. Connor threw the dolly. Connor threw the dolly at the van with Khabib. Yeah, thinking Khabib was in it and everything. So
that
was kind of the start of it. Right? That kind of like started the whole drama and everything. So I think that was March of that year. Then they fought October of that year.
Now, do you think some of those stunts that McGregor does, he does it because it just attracts attention, kind of thing, just to like get more viewers and more publicity?
He's got the eyeballs on him, so no matter what he puts out there, people are going to eat it up.
Right, so do you think he does some of these acts as like he can get more eyeballs on it? Like it's
exactly, just like it's strong. Yeah, exactly what you said. Yeah, it's a publicity stunt. Like he knows exactly what he's doing. Like
he knows how to entertain.
It's meticulous. Exactly. Yeah. He's in the entertainment business. That's what I'm saying. Like he'd be perfect in wrestling.
Yeah. Wrestling. He might have to go to jail for a day or go to court, but he's like, "Fuck it, I got the money." Like
exactly.
Like as long as people are watching me, I'm. Like bad publicity or any publicity is good publicity, right? So he's making money. People are watching.
Any bad news is good news in his mind.
Yeah, I mean, and that is kind of true. Like,
and it's gonna sell too. So think about this. So like, if the more shit he talks, the more it gets people interested that are not going to be interested in this,
right?
Because
either you're going to be a fan of him and watch, or you're gonna hate him and be like, I gotta watch because I want him.
I gotta watch this now. So it's just a win-win situation. He's getting your money. He's a sales. It's a Cinco oil salesman.
But like that was before woke culture came. Do you think he'd be canceled if he only started getting famous now? Do you think people would be going to Dana White and be like, you gotta throw McGregor off the UFC and cancel this motherfucker? I mean, knowing who like Dana White is, he's like, fuck the media and like
he just did a post-fight interview after the last pay-per-view, and a reporter asked him about Sean Strickland. I don't know if you know who So he asked me.
I watched that fight.
So he said because he made some comments about
the gay stuff, right?
Gay stuff, and about Bud Light, about he'd go off in Bud Light, and he said, "How do you keep your fighters on a leash?" And Dana snapped back and was like, "Fighters on a leash? I keep no fighters on a leash. There's no leash around here, so fighters can say whatever the hell they want to. Freedom of speech, baby." That's what he said.
Yeah.
So there's no filter. There's no holding back. They can say whatever the hell they want to. And at the end of the day, I think there's really nothing he can do about it. I mean, other than like.
The best part is, you know how NBA fines guys for like kicking a ball up in the stands on accident or swearing at a fan. Like they get fined. Like I don't ever see in the news like a UFC guy getting fined.
The problem is that there's no union. So whenever there's a fine, it goes to the union in those. So all the fighters are independent contractors.
So the fines going straight to the player or the fighter.
So there's nothing you can fine them over, if that makes sense. So there's ways that they can get fined. I can technically get into more detail about that, but
like if someone like that one UFC fight, like the one UFC fight, it might have been McGregor as part of it, but remember when they jumped out of the cage to go fight somebody?
Yep.
Did you get fined for that?
So yes and no. So the athletic commission then can come after you with a fine. So that's like the state of Nevada coming after you for a fine for that one. So that's like getting pulled over for a speeding ticket. Like the state of Nevada giving you a ticket.
But would they find
the
Dana
UFC
White first, and then Dana White would be like, "Oh no,
they could revoke the fight." They couldn't find the UFC. I don't think they could revoke their license to operate for that fight, if that makes sense. So the state issues a license for that fight. Now they can revoke that license anytime, but all the corners are licensed through the state. So you could look up and see if, I don't know if anyone got fined or anything, but I would think that the corners could get fined.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, because it's kind of a state deal. But like the corners jumping out of the cage for the UFC, no one's going to get fined like that, because the UFC is not paying any of the corners.
So it's mainly because there's no union, right? And so like there's no basis
there's no basis to fine them off of. Yeah. So like there's ways fighters can get fined. Like I can give you an example. Like everything goes through like a process with us. Like if, let's say, you want to paint your face or use a flag or something like that inside the octagon or during weigh-ins or something like that. If you're like a repeat offender and like don't let us know or something like that, not saying to like those extents, but like if you do something like that, you can get fined, like without letting like the UFC know or something like that. Or like that's how like in my job, it's my job to determine like if someone is using something on purpose or if someone's using something like snuck in or something like that.
Yeah. So explain exactly what you do for the UFC and how'd you get into it? Like how'd you go from trying to go to the big leagues as a clubby in baseball and now you're
made to the big
leagues of UFC?
Made to the big leagues, but not in the sport that I thought I'd make it to the big leagues in.
I mean, this one's way more entertaining, bro.
It's gotten me to a lot more places than I think baseball.
And you're living in Vegas. I mean, what a hot spot.
Can't complain.
Super Bowl.
It's a hot spot right now. We had F1 this year, the Super Bowl. We got the Sphere now.
EDM's there every year. I mean,
EDC.
That place is. Oh yeah, EDC. Awesome. That place is nonstop. Conventions nonstop.
There's always something going on every time of the year. You can't forget International Fight Week.
When is that?
I think it's going to be end of June. But it's like our version of the Super Bowl every year in Vegas.
Okay, that's so they try to have some of the biggest fights and the biggest names come in.
Exactly, yeah. But no, going back to how I got like my job and how I got with UFC and everything, to answer your question, I just saw the job posting and I just applied for it thinking there's no way I get this job.
Like on UFC.com?
Yeah, like they had
just browsing for other jobs.
Like I was just browsing job postings, off season, like looking for my next baseball job. I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably my back in my mind, like I knew there was gonna be an opening in St. Paul, so like I was thinking, okay, just go back to St. Paul, like that could be my thing back there. But then I saw this job posting in the UFC. I was like, I'll throw my name in the hat, but there's no way my name gets pulled out.
All right.
Sure as shit, I get the phone call next week saying, hey, do you got time to do a sit down interview? Sure, no problem. Do a sit-down interview. 2 weeks goes by, nothing happens. Hey, do you got time to do a face-to-face interview on Vegas? Yeah, no problem. Fly out to Vegas, do an interview, same day, fly back to Minnesota.
So did they fly you out?
Yeah, they flew me out same day and flew me back to Minnesota.
Oh, dude, that's first class, business right there.
Yeah. I think that was on a Thursday. By Monday, I think I was signing my paperwork to be an equipment manager at the UFC.
Dude.
So, and that was
how many of you got that job, or like was it just a one spot thing?
So I work on a team of 11. We got a couple bosses above me, and then we got 4 people.
You got a couple people below you too, right?
A couple, yeah. Not they work. I mean, we do the same things.
Or but work
in title, yeah. I mean, you could say that, but
okay.
But we all do the same thing pretty much.
Yeah.
But that was back in 2019, December 2019. I think I left Minnesota on Thanksgiving Day, drove out to Las Vegas, and it didn't look back since. Got out here, worked my first fight in December. It was
Who was your first fight?
It was UFC. It was UFC 245. Kamaru Usman was defending his belt against Colby Covington for the first time. And then in the co-main event, you had Champ Max Holloway going against number one contender Alexander Volkanovski.
I remember that one.
And then you had the third belt was Amanda Nunes versus Germaine de Randamie. But it's just kind of cool to think about. So tying into our fight next Saturday, Alexander Volkanovski won the championship my first fight. and he's been champion ever since. Like he's reigned that 145 belt my whole tenure throughout my career.
So for almost 5 years going on?
Almost 5 years, yeah.
And this is it this Saturday or next Saturday?
Nope, next Saturday. So
that's UFC what?
That's going to be UFC 298 in Anaheim, California. It's going to be live on ESPN Plus pay-per-view.
What stadium is that?
It's going to be the Honda Center.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's going to be Alexander Volkanovski versus Georgian Spaniard Ilia Topuria.
Never heard of that guy. Is he good?
He's very good. Yeah, if you go back and watch his fights, he's very good striker, very very good on his feet, good movement.
Who's your favorite on that one?
I gotta go with Volkanovski. I mean, I've been rocking with him since day one, so I gotta go. I gotta go.
He's just got the streak going, and he's been nonstop with that
hot.
belt.
He's hot. He's focused, and he's a champion's champion.
Is he from Russia? Is he a Russian guy?
No, yeah. Volkanovski. No, he's Australian.
That does not sound Australian to me, bro.
Alexander Volkanovski. Yeah, he trains down at City Kickboxing and freestyle MMA down in piece what's time between Australia and New Zealand down there.
So being what you do, how close do you get to the fighters? Like you dress them out and stuff, right? Like with the sponsored gear and all that.
So I'm the one contacting athletes and managers directly for corners, fight short color they prefer for that fight, size changes, size updates, collecting sizes, gathering that information, and then turning that into packing that gear that we have on hand for that fight week, whether that be the Project Rock shoes or the Venom fight week gear, and then the Venom fight night stuff would be fight shorts, all the hoodies.
So all the stuff that all the fans watch and what the fighters are wearing on that night in the octagon, that's all given by you basically.
Pretty much, yeah. So when you see the fighter's name with their name on the fight kits, the fight crest on the hoodie, we personally press all that on there. I create all the vinyl to put on the fight shorts, cut it out with our computer and all our vinyl cutter and print out the name, and then we press the fight short name on there and do all that
You're
stuff.
You're basically running a sweatshop in the
pretty much. We have a name
without
for
the
it.
Chinese.
we have a name for the room. It's called Suite 7. It's just kind of like our sweatshop room. But that room has produced a lot of what you see on TV with all the fight short name, like all the names you see on the fight shorts and all that stuff. So
all that stuff that they wear, is that a one-time wear and they give it back to you, or do they just keep it? And
that's the nice thing about my job compared to working in baseball. There's no laundry. I haven't had to do one load of laundry since joining.
So there's just continuous inventory and new gear coming in.
So let me put this into perspective then for you. So imagine outfitting the Savannah Bananas every single week. Dude, not only on every single week, all over the world.
Yeah, but you do it out of Vegas, and then when you guys travel, you take it with you, right?
So we pack up all our. So let's say take a place like Abu Dhabi. We'll take all our stuff up here, pack it a certain way. Once we get to Abu Dhabi, we'll unpack our stuff, make it all up and nice and everything into duffel bags or backpacks or what we got now. Make the bags all nice for the week. Hang up all the fight kits. So it's just like no matter where we're at in the world, our setup is always the same.
Right. And then all the names that go on the fights, like you'll get all the fighters.
So we travel with
and then put all their names on their gear first before you travel, or do you sometimes
take
basically
we have
Suite 7 up to that spot?
We have a list of people that we know are like good to press. So like if you corner on a routinely basis, we're going to press your fight kit like in Las Vegas. So we'll pre-press a lot of that stuff before we get to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Except for fight shorts. The fight shorts is the only thing that we don't press because like there might be changes or anything, so we don't go through inventory like that. So let's say you're a medium, but now you're large. Now it just wasted a fight short.
Like right, that. Because of weigh-ins, like they come in lighter, right, and then they gain.
Yeah,
who knows, 5 to 15 pounds.
Some guys fluctuate. Well, some people might actually be changing like weight classes and all that, like going from 45 to 55. They might need a different size for that fight. So we travel with the heat press on site. So if we need to press a fight short on site, jerseys, hoodies, all that stuff, we can press everything on site, and then we'll have a heat press on fight night as well. So let's say there was a problem or emergency that we need to press a fight short really quick. We got that, no problem.
Dude, so like the Anaheim one, 298. Does UFC have like an 18-wheeler, kind of like a NASCAR thing?
Last load was today. I had last load today, so that's what I was doing today.
Dope. So you guys finished all the prep, and you just had to load the truck.
So part of my job too is I have a warehouse job from 9 to 5. So on top of, so everyone thinks of me as an equipment manager, I still have a 9 to 5 job of working in a warehouse. So
like outside of UFC or
no. UFC? So let's say like I'm not working a fight. I'm not working the fight.
Oh
this
yeah.
Week.
There's a
fight this Saturday.
With gear and stuff.
I mean, like I'm packing stuff and getting ready. Like this is my prep for like other fights. But like I still like when I'm not working fight week, I still work a 9 to 5 inside a warehouse still.
I got you because you're unloading, loading.
Yeah, like today I was wrapping pallets and driving forklifts around all day.
Gee, it sounds like a tough job, but it's fun. You know, because like
it has its fun days.
Yeah, I mean, I worked in the bananas warehouse. I was driving a forklift and moving and wrapping and lifting things. 2-3 stories high. So
I enjoy it.
So I totally get it. I mean, and then your fun time is the weekends when you get to see all the fighters come in, hang up their stuff in their locker, maybe even meet them.
Exactly. So, that's my thing.
And then during the fight, do you get front row seats kind of thing, or do you kind of wait in the tunnels?
We have someone that sits octagon side. It's not my role. We have one of our seamstresses sit out there. So the people that do all the sewing and alterations throughout the week, they're the ones that sit out there octagon side. But sometimes during the last fight, like they want to come back. So my responsibility on fight night is I'm in the locker rooms all night, walking fighters to the hole to walk out. And that last fight of the night, they might want to come back and pack their stuff up. So I might tap them out for that last fight of the night. And then in certain situations, if we have a championship fight, we have like a if wins jersey, what we call. You know how they make up, like for the Super Bowl this weekend, they make up championship shirts for both teams.
Yeah, and whoever wins, that box is unloaded.
Right,
and
they get that shirt. So we have kind of like our version of that with championship jerseys for new champions. So let's say you're a new champion. I'm hopping up in the octagon, giving you a brand new gold shirt to say, hey.
So you get some TV time. Either walking the fighter to the hole or the tunnel before they come out.
I've been on pay-per-view a couple times.
Dude, heck yeah.
I remember my very first fight at work. They have their own like vlog series. They walk around. I kind of hate being on camera now, but they had like a vlog series, and it was Kamaru Usman and me talking on camera for like a good like 10-15 seconds. And then it's literally my first fight ever work. I'm like, damn, there's me on YouTube with like 100,000 views. I hate being on camera.
Hey, you got a more important job than people think. You know, and it's so cool to meet these fighters. Like all these fighters got to do idealistically is they're working 25 minutes, you know, if that.
Right.
If it's a 5-round fight.
It's easy. Sometimes it's easy work.
Yeah. But like people don't see the work that they put in before that as far as the training and months, you know, leading up to it. But then you're working every day for the UFC nonstop for the most part. Yeah. And then you get the perks of meeting the fighters, traveling worldwide.
So my week kind of starts Sunday. So I kind of go Sunday to Sunday. So we'll travel on Sunday, get there Sunday, maybe a day early if it's international, but set up Monday. We'll check in all the fighters on Tuesday. So that means I'll talk to all the fighters and go over the rules for them for the week regarding like, you know, like our policies and like expectations for like media day, press conferences, weigh-ins, fight night. Yeah. And then like Thursday we might have a press conference we got to show up to. So like making sure everyone's wearing the right stuff. If you're wearing like the wrong kind of shoes, or like if you're wearing Nikes, like I'm the person walking up to you saying, "Hey, Breland, unfortunately, you're wearing Nikes. I got to tape up your Nikes."
Or like color it or something, right, to hide
it. Yeah. So like imagine walking up to Nate Diaz saying, "Hey Nate,
I heard he's a nice guy though.
He's a nice guy. Yeah. Okay, so there was a clip that went viral his last fight. Do you remember him saying, like, him going up saying, like, "Fuck these shoes, they made me put this shit on"?
Yeah. But you have to, or else Dana White's going to get on your ass, or your boss, your equipment boss is going to get on your ass. Like, why didn't you put the stuff on?
Exactly. Yeah. So when he said "fuck these shoes," they made me put this shit on. Yeah. I was that guy that made him put that shit on.
But I mean, you have to. I mean, that's who UFC is endorsed by, right? It's like you got to put that. It's all branding. You got to put out their brand.
They get paid for it.
Yeah.
They get paid for it and all that stuff. They get extra money. Yeah, so they get they get money on top of like their win and show money. So this is kind of like the money like for like showing up for. You can call it that. So like this is the money for like they call it promotional guideline money. So it's like showing up to media day, showing up to press conferences on time, showing up for the fight, like do wearing all the right stuff where you need to be, being where you need to be at the right time. It's kind of like their payout for the fighter.
So like when they have those, what would you call it? Like those conferences where there's like either the two fighters talking on two sides of the stage, or sometimes you have like 5 or 6 fighters and they're all lined up with Dana White and stuff. Now, do they have to wear a certain outfit or brand, or is it kind of free for all?
So
because you have some wearing suits, you got some wearing.
For press conferences, for press conferences, you can wear high-end fashion. So we have a list that our sponsor gives us, and it says, "Hey, these are the list of companies that we don't want our athletes wearing." So they give us that
and
list.
Then the athlete will go to their stylist and be like, "Here, I can't wear this, but I can wear this, so go find me something." Kind of. Okay.
Yeah. So like what I tell people all the time is, you're welcome to wear anything out of the gear that we give you today, or just wear something high-end fashion or anything unbranded.
Yeah, because if you show up with Nike, Reebok,
I got my black gaff tape ready to roll, baby.
I got to cover it, bro. Or you got to take it off and I'll give you something. Yeah.
Yeah. But then like that's where we get into too. So like you were talking about fines earlier. So like let's say you tell me no, you're not taping my shoes, and then I got to go make a report saying Breland didn't let me tape his shoes, and then it goes up to the powers that might be, and then they decide if it's worthy of a fine or if it's not worthy of a fine.
Gotcha.
But then weigh-in day, that's when they have to be in all of the stuff that we give them for that day. So that'll be all the UFC Venom stuff that we give them, all the Project Rock footwear, shoes, slides, and that goes for them and their coach. So we have 2 weigh-ins on Friday. So that'll be the morning weigh-in, which is the official weigh-in. So that's when they actually weigh in, and they strip down, and that's when they're actually 155. When you see them at that ceremonial weigh-in, that's when everyone thinks about weigh-ins. When they see Dana White between the two of them, when they see that weigh-in, by that time, if you weighed 155 in the morning, you're probably 165 by that time that weigh-in rolls around.
Yeah, easily.
But that's when you have to be in all the stuff that we issued out for that week, for that weigh-in. But that's just like my job. Like I'm backstage, like playing fashion police. Like you're wearing the wrong shoes, you're wearing the wrong shirt. Here you go.
Yeah, everyone hates you, but like you're just the messenger.
But sometimes like, and I can tell at this point, like I've been there long enough, like who did it intentionally and who didn't do it intentionally.
Right. Like you grew like a relationship with them.
Yeah, and I know you got the shoes. Like you didn't wear the right shoes because you know you're going to get a pair out of this.
Yeah, and sometimes if they're cool with you, they're probably just fucking with you and like got you, Ryan, or whatever.
Exactly. But
so who's been your favorite? Who's been your favorite fighter for the last 4 or 5 years that you've had to deal with, not just watch?
Honestly, he's been coming a hot commodity within the last. He was probably the fighter of the year in 2013. I love Sean Strickland. He's my guy.
What was up with his fight though? It seemed like he was a little off.
So I think that was just like the pressure was just on him and everything. But
I mean, according to the scores, it looked like he won, right? But like as far as what people saw the show,
it just depends on what this is the conversation people have in MMA right now about judging and like how do you score judging and you know damage versus control time versus
right. Because Strickland wasn't in control of that whole game, but like, it showed like he had more strikes.
If you look at the number of strikes he's thrown and landed, he won that. But then if you look at control time, Dricus won that.
Yeah.
So it goes to what do you value?
One's higher?
What's more valuable in a street? And I'll tell you what, if it was a street fight, Strickland wins that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dricus after the fight and look at Strickland after the fight. Dricus had a eye that was swollen up right here. He had a softball.
Yeah, he couldn't see.
Yeah.
Strickland was just bleeding more, but like the other guy couldn't see out of one eye.
Yeah. But
Strickland also got taken down a couple times. So like that's another scoring
that's another
point.
Thing. So like how do you score that?
Yeah. Was Dana White pleased with the outcome, or
he thought Strickland
because there's been a couple of times, because there's always been a couple of times Dana White comes out and says, "Well, the judging sucked and it should have gone this way," But I mean,
there's been times where like he doesn't agree with like a ref stopped the fight early or stopped the fight too late or disagree with one judge. Like,
but that's part of the game, right? Like it's human error, and you try to find the best judges and refs.
You remember the fight that you went to back in September, Valentina and Alexa Grasso. Yeah. So there was a ref that gave the Mexican champ. They gave her they let her win a 10-8 round at the end of that fight when everyone else knew that that round wasn't a 10-8. That 10-8 round caused that fight to be a draw.
Yeah, I thought the other girl. Yeah, I thought the other girl that lost that 10-8 round was supposed to win the fight. Yeah,
she was. So if that judge gives her a 10-9, like everyone else thought that fight was,
Valentina would have won.
Exactly. So it just shows that one scorecard can change everything. That's why they always
say. And there's only three judges, right?
Yep. That's why they always say never let it go to the judges. Never let it go to the scorecards.
Yeah, dude, you either gotta submit them TKO or knock them out.
Exactly.
You gotta do it. I would never let it, or if I was fighting, I'd try to never let a judge go to it because then I feel most of them are biased or they miss stuff.
Well, think about this too. So think about this too. If everyone knows that Valentina should have won that fight if that judge didn't give her that score, now she doesn't get her win money. So what was that now? How much she missed out now? So that one judge's decision probably costed her a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Because
that was a title fight, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, do the refs ever get like penalized for that kind of thing? Like, dude, you screwed up and that girl just lost out on $100,000. I mean.
It's all controlled by the state. It's all the state athletic commission. No, the state can come back, and I think they had the following week they had a class on what is a 10-8 round. So like pretty much saying this is what a 10-8 round is. This is what the points are at 10-8 rounds. Like pretty much trying to correct what messed up.
What was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, because that sucks to know. Like now, like she like. Fighters lost out on some money just going to a draw.
It happens more than you think, but just one judge messing up a scorecard.
But a title fight, like you can't end a title fight on a draw.
Yeah.
You could end a prelim on a draw,
right?
But
not a title fight.
Not a title fight.
No.
So like we got UFC 300 coming up, and that's kind of the talk of the town. I mean, it's not till April, right?
Yep, it's on April 12th.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a long way away, but they're hyping it up now on social media. Do you have any insights onto the main fights of the night?
As far as what the main event is going to be, I have no freaking idea what they're going to do. They're keeping that as closed door, tight-lipped as possible.
Is there title fights though?
There are title fights though, but there's going to be, they got 2 fights so far on it. They have the women's strawweight championship fight on there, which is a 115-pound belt. Champion Weili Zhang is fighting Yan Xiaonan, It's the first all Chinese championship
it's gonna be kickboxing.
Fight. So it's the number one contender at strawweight right now, Yan Xiaonan, and then you got the champion Willie Zhang, and then in the next title fight you have the BMF belt, the baddest motherfucker.
Okay, that's only like a 3-year kind of thing so far.
So right? it's been only 3 years. No, it's been around since 2019. It's been around. Nate Diaz and
the George title hasn't. First. But is that a title fight every year?
No, so it's a rare occurrence fight. It was supposed to be a one-off fight, so it's kind of like so it happened in 2019, and it didn't happen again until last year in 2023 when Dustin Poirier fought Justin Gaethje, and Justin Gaethje knocked him out with a leg kick to gain the BMF belt. But it is now in its third iteration. Justin Gaethje is fighting Max Holloway, supposedly the best boxer in UFC. Your Hawaiian brother.
We'll see, dude. He's getting older. I mean, when he keeps coming back, I feel sometimes stronger. So
I want Max.
Of course, me being from
I love
Hawaii,
both guys.
For Holloway.
Yeah.
So
they have history going back though too. So there's a clip going around online that Max has a thing against Gaethje. So one of the weigh-ins, they had to use a towel for Max Holloway, and Gaethje was there to help hold the towel, and the towel was in front of the scale, so the guy couldn't read it. So Gaethje then lifted the towel up over the scale to expose Max instead of it there. So Max just kind of has this thing like, "Come on, brother," because I'm not like.
So they never fought each other before.
They never fight each other. They're in different weight classes.
They just have some beef just from that, just a little disrespect.
I think they respect each other. They don't want to punch each other, but it's just something the fans really want to see because Justin Gaethje's violence every time he comes to fight, and Max Holloway is the best boxer.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, dude. That's April 12th. Is that going to be on pay-per-view or will that be on
ESPN? That'll be on pay-per-view. That'll be on pay-per-view.
Man. Come on, UFC. I know it's about the money, but let the fans see this.
That whole card is going to be stacked. Well, even the prelims are going to be good. So the first, Dana said yesterday, first fight of the night is going to be Cody Garbrandt. It's going to be two former champions. It's going to be Cody Garbrandt versus Deiveson Figueiredo. So that'll be the very, very first fight of the night. So they're trying to kick that card off with a bang. So even if you don't buy the pay-per-view, even the prelims and the early prelims are going to be really, really good fights.
Yeah, the prelims, they're all going to be okay.
He said that every single one of those fights could be a main event of a fight night or possibly a pay-per-view.
Okay. So that's good. But I also feel like because it's UFC 300, it's like it's almost like an anniversary. You know, you're 300, like you got your 100, 200, 300. So
it's going to be iconic.
Definitely looking forward to that. Is that going to be in Vegas?
Yeah. That's going to be in Vegas, yeah. T-Mobile. Okay. T-Mobile Arena.
Sick. Well, April 12th is when I open up my season in Czech Republic. So I'll be like 12 hours ahead. Mm-hmm. So I'll actually be able to watch that fight, I think.
When do you come back from Czech Republic?
Dude, probably not till end of September. So
you'll have
baseball season.
I'll be over in Europe a couple times this summer.
Yeah, dude. Let me know, please.
Or not even. You'll have to come to. Okay, so they pushed back Saudi Arabia. So I'm thinking because they're going to do Saudi Arabia in June, maybe slide out to Saudi Arabia.
I'm down. You just let me know, dude. We will keep in touch and we'll make it work.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. And then last two questions before we got to go.
It's all good.
Dana White versus Joe Rogan. Like they're like two best friends. Who wins in a UFC fight?
It's got to be Joe Rogan. Dana White's he's just getting on this all healthy 10X clean.
I know, I saw that. He was sick for a while, now he's this health freak, which is awesome.
Joe Rogan's been a kickboxer his whole life.
So, and he's been doing jiu-jitsu and training. That guy's a machine.
He's a monster.
All right.
No, Joe Rogan. I got him Joe Rogan all day.
Joe Rogan and Dana White, can we please see that fight? Even if it's just for 1 round, a 5-minute round.
How about this fight? Can we get Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg? I want to get that fight.
Dude, supposedly Zuckerberg is getting into jiu-jitsu.
Bro, he's been training with Adesanya and Volkanovski.
No, yeah, I just saw a picture and he's like getting ripped now. It's like who's this nerd trying to fight now? I think he
tore his ACL doing jiu-jitsu too.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk, he probably will have lasers coming out of his eyes. Like, yeah. I don't see that guy exercising very much, but he's probably got like machines that he hooks up to like recharge.
No,
you know, or like robot. What? Yeah, he's AI for sure. Yeah. All right, and then last question: since you're in Vegas, Super Bowl is this weekend. 49ers or Chiefs?
I just hope both teams have fun.
Go Sports.
I'll take the Chiefs.
All right.
It's too much. It's just too much coincidence with Taylor Swift. Have you seen all these 13 number like coincidences?
No.
Like okay.
I don't even want to see it because I'm rooting for the Niners just because I don't want to see any more Swifts around.
What's 4 + 9?
13.
What Super Bowl number is this?
I'm guessing we're at 49. Or
no, it's 58.
No. 58. So then why would 4 9?
What's 5? What's 5? 4 + 9 is 13.
13.
What's 5 + 8?
13. And is that when the Chiefs won it too? And 4. This
is Taylor Swift's 13th football game.
Oh gosh.
What's the flight from Tokyo to Las Vegas?
13 hours.
Chiefs, baby, all day.
And but it's played on the 11th, so that's 113 that they're missing, dude.
What's 2 + 11? What's 2 + 13?
Oh gosh.
Or 2 plus. What's 2 +
11?
2 + 11.
February 11th.
Just saying.
Well,
if you want to take it a step further, Chiefs 31, 49ers 13.
Wow.
And you want to take it another step further? I think Oz the Mentalist, I think he said the same exact thing.
All right. Well, if this all happens, then the NFL rigged it all.
Yes, it is all under a script.
It's all scripted.
Swifties,
when they first started coming out with the colors of the Super Bowl logo,
that was crazy.
You know, it was purple and red. I thought for sure, okay, if the Ravens win, it's scripted. But
right.
Maybe NFL wanted you to think that because of previous years, and they're like, nope. Psych.
Here's
we got the Chiefs in. It's red. Yeah. Here's Swifty. Swifty and Kelsey. Exactly. Swifty, Kelsey, and Pfizer. Here you go.
Do you think he proposes?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think the plan is they made the money with Pfizer. They got all the attention through this whole year of football and her coming.
They got what they wanted out of each other.
She makes more money through her tour.
Mm-hmm.
He breaks up with her, and he's going to make more money with another breakup album. So
yeah. What was funny was it was funny. Like I remember one game I was watching this year. It was literally a Chiefs game, and then they cut the commercial, and then it's literally a commercial for her film that was her concert series. It was like, bro, and then the next commercial was the Pfizer commercial. Travis Kelce. This is all.
Don't watch TV, anybody. It's all propaganda. No. It's all fake.
It's turning into wrestling.
To make you focus on a narrative and whatever. Yep. Just don't watch TV.
Nope.
It's over. Just go live your life outside.
Watch UFC. Watch UFC.
Yeah, watch some UFC.
Watch UFC.
Watch some real TV.
Right.
That's a real man's sport and a real woman's sport right there. Just two human beings fighting, and whoever dominates.
Lock me. 2 men go in, 1 come out.
That's right. Seriously.
Yes, sir.
And one may never return to.
Nope.
So where can everyone follow you, bro?
Instagram.
Hopefully get some followers.
That's all good. Instagram. You can follow me.
What's it?
Rydamon, ry.damman. You can find me there. Not big on X. Facebook, if you want to get at me, go for it. But Instagram, I'm big on Instagram, Facebook, so come hit me there.
And
hit me Instagram.
Go to a UFC fight. You might see him walking around.
Might be in the octagon. Not for the reasons I want to be, though.
Hey man, all you gotta do is dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Exactly. Oh,
dude, Ryan, thank you, bro. So much for all that. What's up?
Roadhouse comes out next month. Check that out. I might be in that too.
Roadhouse is a documentary?
No, Roadhouse is the movie Conor McGregor and Gyllenhaal were filming.
Oh,
comes out on Amazon Prime.
So that comes out in March, or
it comes out. I think the end of March. Yeah. We did a bunch. They did a bunch of filming. I think at the fight last year. Yeah.
So you might be an extra.
Might be. I don't know. I was sitting Octagon side for it. So.
All right, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, dude, I'll keep in touch and.
All good. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Dude, thank you for doing this, dude. Peeling the Banana, episode 9, No Filter Network. Ryan, Damon.
You got it. Say it right. Damon.
That's right. All right, Ryan, dude. Thank you, bro. Much love. We'll talk soon, bro. Have a good week.